Hey everyone, it is your favorite ski mask wearing idiot. A little while back I made a video regarding my reload technique for Nerf. In that video I discussed basic technique for reloads and it felt only natural to make a more in-depth follow-up to that video. These drills are just stuff I've made up on the spot based on my own gameplay experience because I thought it would be fun. These aren't made to be drills that are 100% going to be useful in games, but although some... God damn it, read the script. Though maybe some of them will. A lot of these drills will center around the use of cover and movement because oftentimes you're not going to be standing still, shooting, do a reload, and go back to standing still and shooting. In game, things tend to be more dynamic, hence why a lot of these drills will center around the use of cover. By the way, I know I'm calling these drills, however, actually shooting darts is optional. Assuming you can get something set up in your room or basement, it could do fine without the use of shooting. First, we have the basic peeking reload. This is relatively simple. Get behind a cover in a way that would hypothetically conceal most of your body, peek out for a few shots, dip back in for a reload, and peek back out to pop more shots. This is the most basic because this is without a doubt the most common reload I find myself doing in games. Actually reloading while you're peeking can be risky and leaves you a bit vulnerable, so dipping behind cover to quickly reload is the best for me. Of course, you don't have to limit yourself to the way I did it. You can do a tactical reload, do it kneeling tactical reload, do it offhanded. There's lots of different ways you can do it, and if you want to have the most fun, I suggest you throw all sorts of different reloads in there to keep it dynamic and not so simple. Next, we have the advancing reload. This is pretty simple, but can be done in a variety of different ways. The premise is that you have two pieces of cover, one in front and one behind. You start with the one behind and eventually advance to the one in front. Somewhere during this process, you do a reload. You can do this while you're behind the first piece of cover, once you reach the second, or while you're advancing to the other piece of cover. Oftentimes during games, you want to make sure you're keeping pressure on the other team, and if that means having to reload just before or while you're advancing, then so be it. I will say that reloading on the move, especially if you're moving quickly, can be pretty difficult but extremely satisfying to get down. Although during an actual game, I don't know if I'd want to reload while moving in the open unless I really want to keep pressure on someone, like I said. Again, you don't have to limit yourself to the way I did it. Do a tactical reload, do a little slide if you have the space, do it kneeling, have fun with it. Next, we have the transition reload. Again, a pretty simple premise. You'll have two pieces of cover lined up next to each other, but with a bit of space between them. You'll start at either piece and eventually transition to the one next to you. At some point during this, you'll do a reload. During games, you'll find yourself transitioning between cover a lot, whether to get a better angle at someone or to prep a flank. Like the last one, you can reload behind the cover you start with once you reach the next piece of cover or during the transition itself. I also like to sometimes fire at my target during the transitions as well. It really depends on what you think is the most fun or most practical. Again, don't limit yourself to the way I did it. Oh yeah, that's also something. Offhanded reloads. Let's say you're like me and you're not an S-class weirdo, so you're right-handed. Being right-handed is great, but when you try to peek a corner to your left, you end up exposing yourself quite a bit. But transitioning to my left hand to peek is a better option as it exposes less of my body, which is great. Practicing offhanded reloads in my opinion is pretty fun, especially if you have cover to use. And if you want these drills to be practical, I think this is likely the most practical reload to practice here. Ever since I've started practicing offhand, I've been using it wherever I can during games because it's very useful. But the way you reload offhanded can differ. You can just reload completely offhanded, or alternatively quickly switch to your dominant hand for the reload and then transition back to your offhand, though it may be a bit slower. Again, do whatever you think is fun. Last but not least, we have the dipping reload. This is a reload based on maybe a scenario where you get flanked. Essentially, you start directly behind whatever cover you have, then shifting or dipping in a way that would conceal you to anybody more to your left and right. I think it's the most fun to do the reload during the dip, but again, you don't have to limit yourself to the way I do it. I personally think this is the most fun drill, especially when you peek out to try to hit whatever target you dipped from. So that does it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. It helps out the channel a lot. If you want to see more videos like this, please let me know in the comments. So yeah, that's about it. See ya.